Hi, Lee. How you doing? Picking up from my last video, simulation systems, new school, old school, and when I said our redemption is coming if you want it, people. Well, yeah, it is coming if you want it, people. If you're willing to move out of an old school simulation, an old covenant simulation, an old school system, and into a new school simulation, a new school system, a new covenant. Whether that be that you yourself are old covenant in your own ways, what is right has to be admitted. That if you lived in a new covenant system, it'd be better for everybody secularly. New school covenant equating to a non-monetary system. That's basically, again, basically as a law of 10 commandments. Not rather in an old covenant system that we're in now, where it's 10 commandments plus legal law on top of, with monetary order that goes with it. So if you removed the old covenant's monetary system and legality as a rule over us secularly and in law, and just a 10 commandment of free will, non-monetary, administratively, we would be a lot better off, and everything would happen and improve where it needs to be improved, what needs to be condensed, what needs to be expanded in industry, what needs to be improved could actually happen, because there's no profit or gain for anybody to do, but only to maintain creatively and, as I say, condense, improve and expand also where needed in all industry, where the narrative of the old covenant secular simulation we're in now is not changing anything, because it's monetary gain and it's all about money and profit, not about people. To be in an equal standing ever. It's an ascended system of ascension, and we don't need ascension, and it's an impersonal system that legally contracts you, which is basically a kind of spiritual suicide and enslavement, and it's not kind of, it is. So what we need to do is have a disciplic succession where it's localised and free, and then arranged that we all can be all equal, abundantly, infinitely, at all times, more in a direct drive way of living, where anything that you want to attain, anything, any admission on anything, you can directly go over having to pay, rather than in the old covenant where you have to pay first and have money to attain things and have a mission on things. So by doing this directly drives everything, and so even a free world, we can start to straightening and completely straightening what's a job to one and a career to another, and no one will be stuck in what is considered a job to them anymore, by changing the working system template drive of a 48-4 week working week generally to a 4-week holiday generally in the UK, I know this, and then turning it around to a 444, that's 44 weeks and 4 days career time or free time to yourself, each individual, covering from that template the perfect bleed of 7 weeks and 3 days each, shared by 7 people in each job locally in any counties, and all counties for the country, of all industries, and that leads us all back up to a year. This could work it out. It could remedy the situation by a bit of more innovation and botheration to do this, to turn and tune in more back into this new covenant with a bit of effort. That everyone can be bothered. That's what the main thing is. I think it's a case of people being bothered to want to, and not seeing the impossibility of how ridiculous it sounds and how much effort it may take to get there, and then not being deterred, rather than seeing it as a challenge of humanity, that that's all we need to do to get ourselves into the new covenant of the free world, the golden age. Everybody's free and not enslaved anymore. And this is basically also called the Satan Dharma, which we're all in anyway, but we're in the fourth class of one, the old covenant of a legal system, which is more a subterranean system, and it's a subterranean system rather than a new covenant of heavenly administration, heaven on earth. By changing our template drive, this will free all of us and straighten, as I say, what's a career to one and a job to another without no loss to anybody in the interchanging, in the transitional changes. Because if everything is free, there's no pay to worry about for this to happen, so everybody will be more collaborative and realistic and cooperative to let this transition between each other happen. But it's all just a plus for everybody, you know. It's positive thinking, and it's the way out. It's the only way out, really. Yeah, again, this is called the new covenant being a baptic yogic system, unconditional service to one another. That is the condition, which is 10 commandments, new covenant, and a free, non-monetary world, in a neutral, peaceful, non-monetary world. You know, it's the way forward. You know, rather than what we're stuck in now is an old covenant karmic system, where it's warring, legal, and monetary, and that's what it does. Whether it's communist, whether you call it, or also democratic. These were both known as democracy, known as the best of worst ideas. And communism obviously offered the other idea of a monetary legal system, warring system. Yeah. So what's the greatest of all dies? The first original idea, which is a non-monetary new covenant system, simulation of free world. This is back to yoga, the first class. This is where we need to be heading and targeting ourselves to be heading towards in these times. It's to say our redemption is coming if we want it, if we can be bothered from all posts and positions and duties to do this. You know, it may take a lot of time for it to sink in and people to grasp, but I think people in their heart of hearts would want a freer world. It's getting rid of those that don't, and power of holding over us. But this can only be done by us, the people, in this country and other countries, to do it in a peaceful way, an intelligent way, which is in a democratic country such as Britain. We don't vote on voting day in general elections. We become neutral as a country, keeping our forces, military forces, but not for war, only for relief work. Step 3 would be becoming non-monetary, free admission world, a free attainment world, and all things at all times for all people instantly. All debts and of credit cards and mortgages and finances cleared in the country all instantly, and then we enable ourselves into a working condition of a new template drive with a 44473 working template, career working template. This would remedy the situation if you look at it as a way. It could really put humanity back in the place it should be on its own earth. It's back in tune in nature, you see, where we're out of tune in nature. Animals don't have to pay for things to eat, so also the human beings who basically has been given domination over all things. So then we've got to basically free ourselves in our own domination as people by us doing this amongst ourselves. It's about time, you know. Consider this and think about this. I'll pretty much be saying in these vlogs pretty much the same narrative, because when you hit this conclusion of looking at this world, these are the only narratives of words that really basically make a whole load of sense and can only be said. It's as simple as that. The message is simple. I'm keeping it this sound, and I'll probably be doing more. But yeah, this is it for today. Have a good day. Take care. See you now.